It's way too hot. It is so hot right now. What's going on? Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous video, where today it is a Season 5 review. Yes, thank you so much to Dreamworks for sending over Camp Cretaceous Season 5 early, so I got to see an early access viewing of Camp Cretaceous Season 5, and may I just tell you, firstly, right out the bat, it is better than Season 4, don't you worry. By no means it is better than Camp Cretaceous Season 3, I don't think anything can probably beat that, to be honest. That's one of the best inclusions of the entire Jurassic series, but Season 5 is definitely better than Camp Cretaceous Season 4, I can promise you that. And for me personally, I believe it can rival Season 1 as the second best Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous installment. I know, blows your mind when you see all of those Brads and Brad X's in the series. So what we're doing today is reviewing Camp Cretaceous Season 5, and don't you worry, there are no spoilers whatsoever in today's video. So you can gracefully watch this video without having to worry about spoilers. But my review for today basically comes off only 3 viewings of Camp Cretaceous Season 5. I will probably go and review it again with spoilers later down the line sometime this week, where I've watched it maybe 4 or 5 times by then to get a better understanding of the entire season. But for me personally, it ranks as potentially the second best or the third best within this series. But before we get into the video, I just want to remind you guys to hop on over to my previous Jurassic World Dominion video. For some reason, YouTube's algorithm said no, this is the worst video you're going to have of 2022, which I was not a fan of. So if you want to go support the channel a little bit, do consider going over. We talk about the plot holes throughout Jurassic World Dominion, and I explain every single one of them. So if that interests you, feel free to watch that video. And yes, a little secret between you and me, it will help me out a lot. So the first thing that I want to talk about within my notes is the fact that it had a really good connecting story. It felt like it connected the whole Jurassic saga in the same way that Jurassic World Dominion did. You see Jurassic Park references, Jurassic Park 3 references, Fallen Kingdom, and especially Jurassic World Dominion connections. It connects to all of those movies, and it simply is remarkable how they're able to weave in everything in one complete season. It was completely outstanding the way that they were able to tie everything together very, very well. The same way that Season 3 did the same thing by connecting Fallen Kingdom's prologue, and obviously the same way Season 1 connected to Jurassic World. I felt like they connected Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park 3 especially, all together in one complete story. Moving on to the characters, there are some really good character developments throughout this series. Some of them seemed a little bit forced, but one of them that I really do want to talk about is Kenji. Kenji was absolutely remarkable within this season and has easily gone up in the ranks as one of my favourite characters. At times throughout the entire series, Kenji seems to be like that annoying rich kid that nobody really wanted to hang out with. Very harsh, but that's how I felt about Kenji. But after watching Season 5, it seemed like he's a completely different person, and it was absolutely brilliant to witness. And I believe the same thing goes for Darius. I already enjoyed Darius' character from Season 1 in every single season, but in Season 5 he felt like his own person. He felt more independent, and he just seemed like a better overall character for what he was doing. He wasn't relying on other people, and he wasn't relying on what people did throughout the season. He simply focused on himself and his friends and tried to get them to safety, as he usually does. But overall, my favourite characters from the season are Kenji and Darius, and you'll find out why. Now, when it does come to some character development, I believe it's episode 7, they deviated away from the course of what we saw in the previous episodes, which I didn't entirely like. It felt more like a filler episode. And episode 7, if it is the correct one I'm thinking of, it just didn't feel like it fit the rest of the season, if that makes sense. They tried to force some connections between characters that I just felt like wasn't really there. The same way for Brooklyn and Kenji, they didn't really seem to go off one another throughout the rest of the season. Then in Season 4, oh, there you go, they're in a couple. Some characters do click with one another very, very well. This is Darius and Brooklyn. They clicked perfectly in Season 2, Season 3. However, that friendship kind of fizzled out in Season 4 and Season 5, unfortunately. And the worst part is that when they got to the finale of this series, it was basically what happened in Episode 7. So I felt like Episode 7 didn't really need to happen whatsoever. However, what I really found myself doing throughout Season 5 was thoroughly enjoying it. I was smiling, I was laughing, I was just enjoying the ride. Something that didn't really happen in Season 4, I can tell you that for a fact. Season 4 felt very off and I was cringing a lot of the time. I didn't really enjoy it as much. But when it came to Camp Cretaceous Season 5, I was sat there, I was smiling, I was using my brain, especially after watching Dominion, and I was just enjoying myself watching all of this. So it feels as if they actually learned from Camp Cretaceous Season 4 and decided to change a few things. So what I feel like they did here was learn from Camp Cretaceous Season 4, and it felt like they just made a better job out of it all. Yes, this note right here, you guys are going to be happy with this. There was a lack of Brads and Bradexes. Yes, they do appear in the series, but there's not many of them, not as many as we saw in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, which I felt like was really, really well done. They were basically more like servants to the humans rather than attacking the dinosaurs for being on that island. And this time around, I feel like there was a very good balance between dinosaurs, humans, and robots. Whereas in Season 4, it was basically robots, humans, then dinosaurs. But this time around, it's dinosaurs, human, robots. Now, when I first watched Camp Cretaceous Season 5, the first 3 episodes of this series were very tame, but they were quite enjoyable. Not too much happened throughout this opening of the series, but enough for you to be like, okay, this connects to Season 1, this is a reference to Season 2, and it was enough for you to just get engaged to the story a little bit. Until you get to episodes 4, 5 and 6. My goodness, some of the best episodes from the entire series of Camp Cretaceous, may I just say. There were just some incredible plot points that unfortunately I can't talk about quite yet throughout episodes 4, 5 and 6 that will blow your mind, and I promise you it will blow your mind. They were brilliant, they added to the story a lot more, and I just loved every single moment of it. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but boy was it good. As I did mention, episode 7 was kind of a letdown, I'm going to be honest there. And then we move on to episode 8 where it was quite enjoyable, but I wasn't a massive fan of everything that happened throughout it. Especially when it comes to episodes 9 and 10 as well, it felt like not enough happened there for me to be like, whoa, this is incredible, the same way that I did for episodes 4, 5 and 6. But that being said, there were some really enjoyable moments throughout that season, and again, I found myself smiling and enjoying it all the way through. But then we got to the finale of episodes 11 and 12. Whew. Were they good? May I just say, they were fantastic. Yes, I'm going to be honest here, Season 4 is playing a factor in Season 5 when it comes to episodes 11 and 12, but it's utilised in a way that wasn't shown in Season 4 that makes it seem more realistic in Season 5. And despite the fact it's got Season 4 references and mind chips throughout these last 2 episodes, they can be considered as some of the best episodes throughout this series, merely for the incredible action throughout it. This is a finale like no other, and I promise you, it is a finale. It is brilliant. There's so much action going on. So many new secrets. You learn all of these unanswered questions from Season 3, Season 2, Season 1. And a lot happens throughout episodes 11 and 12 that I can't talk about, but they are fantastic. There was so much that happened in these last 2 episodes that you might worry that it didn't really flow that well. But I can promise you, it did. The way that they scripted it and acted it out was very well done. It flowed very, very well, like a perfect river. It was so satisfying that it felt like I was watching Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Dominion at the same time coming together. Yes, some people don't like those movies, but for me, I love Jurassic Park 3, I love Jurassic World Dominion. It was the best of both worlds, really. And then we get to the finale of the whole series. When I tell you, you are not ready for this, you are not ready for this. This is one of the best ways that they could have ended off Camp Cretaceous Season 5. And I was simply over the moon when I heard some certain things and saw some certain things throughout this episode as well. It was a way that we were speculating for many, many years of how Camp Cretaceous could end, but to a better extent. It was simply remarkable, something fantastic, and I'm very, very excited to see if there's going to be future series with these campers. I will probably go into this later down the line with more videos where I can talk about spoilers, but it just felt so satisfactory the same way Dominion felt. I just felt complete after watching it all. Now we have to talk about the Nothosaurus. Of course we have to talk about the Nothosaurus. Unfortunately, it is the only new creature throughout Season 5. I don't think that's a spoiler. But it was very, very well put together. It seemed like a creature that was just dwelling, waiting to appear in Manticore Island. However, I do think that the Nothosaurus was completely underused, and it suffered the same fate that the Smilodon did. Not dying by the Spinosaurus, don't you worry, but it suffered the fate of the fact that we didn't learn too much about it. It kind of just appeared as a certain threat, appeared in more than one episode, and then all of a sudden, never to be seen again, and we didn't really learn all that much about it, unfortunately. Overall, I would give this season a 6.5 out of 10, as I don't think it quite matches up to some of the movies, and is close to being as good as Season 1, but maybe not better than Season 1. I still have to decipher how I feel about it. But it's a massive improvement from Camp Cretaceous Season 4. I still really enjoyed this season, and it felt much more Jurassic than Season 4 did. Sure, it has its Season 4 moments that aren't entirely great, but a lot of the other moments felt like it was much more well balanced, with the entire series of Jurassic instead. The cameos, they were remarkable throughout the series, I'll be honest. However, Dave, Roxy and Brandon were unfortunately underused. But then again, there's not really much you can do with those characters, considering the circumstances within Season 5. Overall, I feel like the season was written very well, it flowed very nicely, besides episode 7, where that was pretty much the only bit where it felt a bit jumpy and it was more of a filler episode than anything. And if you're a fan of Jurassic, if you're a fan of Camp Cretaceous, you're going to like this series. Much better than Season 4, I'll be honest. I won't be surprised if some people do still put it down low on their list for all of the Camp Cretaceous seasons. However, for me personally, it rivals Season 1 as the second best series. I still don't know how I feel about putting it above Season 1, just below Season 3, but I can promise you it's not better than Season 3, but much better than Season 4. But again, if you're a fan of Camp Cretaceous, a fan of Jurassic, and especially a fan of connectivity throughout the series, you're going to love some major aspects throughout Camp Cretaceous Season 5, I can 100% promise you. I mean, especially the ending, which is something truly remarkable that I cannot wait for you guys to see. I'm simply so excited. Anyways guys, thank you so much for checking out today's early Camp Cretaceous Season 5 review. There is not many more days left until you get to see Camp Cretaceous Season 5, so I'm excited to see what you guys think of it. Be sure to come back to this video, or possibly a video that I post on the day of Camp Cretaceous, to let me know what you thought of Season 5. Feel free to tag me on Twitter as well, some questions you might have, but there won't be any spoilers, so careful with what questions you ask. But feel free to go over to Twitter, let me know what you think about Season 5, ask me some questions, and overall, tell me if you enjoyed it or not. But as for today's video, it's been a little bit of a longer one than I anticipated it to be, I do apologise. But hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and if you did, feel free to press that like button and subscribe if you are new. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to stay safe out there, enjoy Camp Cretaceous Season 5 as it's the last season, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.